The American Library Association has shared their list of the most challenged books of 2024. We're going to talk about the books that made the list, why they're targeted, and what it means for our freedom to read. Last year, in 2024, 2,452 titles were challenged. This is the third highest number ever documented by the American Library Association, and it has significantly exceeded the annual average of 273 titles. Today, we are going to talk about the top 10 books and why they are banned. The number one most challenged book of 2024 is All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is a memoir about growing up Black and queer in New Jersey. Now, let's be clear, this isn't the first time this book has been under fire. It was number 2 on last year's list, and people wanting to censor this book point to its frank discussions of sexuality and identity. But actually, at its heart, this book offers a lifeline to readers who see themselves in Johnson's story. The tension here is really stark. It is clear they want to suppress a community's truth versus those who fear the truth. Number 2 on the list is Gender Queer by Maya Kababe. Now, this is a graphic memoir that explores non-binary identity and coming out. This was actually the most challenged book in 2023, and this year it's at number 2. Critics cite its explicit illustrations. However, supporters argue that representation matters and that visual storytelling, because this is a graphic memoir, can be a powerful tool for understanding complex identities. This book is a reminder that art and empathy go hand in hand. Now, we have a tie for number 3 and number 4 on the list. One of the books is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. The second book that ties for 3rd and 4th position is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Now, these are two very different but very impactful books. With Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, it explores race, beauty standards, and trauma, while The Perks of Being a Wallflower captures the turbulent emotions of adolescence. Now, both works are celebrated classics, yet challenged for their honest portrayal of sex, violence, and mental health. Here, the tension is between shielding readers from difficult topics and trusting them to engage with literature's toughest questions. Number 5 on the list is Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. Now, this is a novel about teenage addiction and exploitation. Now, Hopkins writes in very raw, free verse chapters that confront issues like substance abuse and human trafficking head on. Critics call it too graphic, but advocates say it's precisely that unflinching honesty that can save lives by sparking conversations we desperately need to have around substance abuse and human trafficking. Now, for books number 6 and 7 on the list, we have another tie, and these just happen to be 2 young adult favorites. One is John Green's Looking for Alaska, and the other is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. Now, John Green's Looking for Alaska is a coming-of-age story that grapples with grief and love. And Jessie Andrews' Me and Earl and the Dying Girl is a darkly funny story about friendships and mortality. Now, both books have won hearts and faced lots of challenges, primarily because of their candid discussions of teenage life. Now, a big one with these books is balancing the parental concerns with teens needing authentic stories that reflect their own experiences. Now, for book 8 and 9, we have yet again another tie. We have another Hopkins title entitled Crank by Ellen Hopkins, and also tied is Patricia McCormick's Sold, a novel about child trafficking in India. Crank, on the other hand, revisits addiction, while Sold shines a light on modern slavery. Again, both books are lauded for raising awareness of real-world horrors. But we can also see they are challenged for the same reasons, because they refuse to sugarcoat the truth. Book 10 on the list is Flamer by Mike Curato. Now, this is a graphic novel about a gay teenager's struggle with identity, faith, and bullying at a summer camp. Its bold artwork and very frank dialogue has made this book a target, but fans of the novel praise its heartfelt portrayal of self-discovery and resilience. Now, I also want us to talk about some of the statistics as it relates to book banning and censorship in the United States. From the graphic on screen, you can see that last year, 2,452 titles were challenged, which is the 3rd highest number ever documented by the American Library Association. The annual average used to be 273 books. Now, you might be wondering, where do these challenges take place? 55% are taking place in public libraries, 38% school libraries, 5% schools, and 2% higher education or other. If you're asking who challenges these books, we find that 36% are challenged at a board and administration level. 26% are from pressure groups, 10% are from elected officials and government officials, 16% are from parents, 7% are from other and unknown, 4% are from patrons, and 1% are from librarians, teachers, and staff. And this statistic is based on 5,813 book challenges. Also based on the American Library Association's research is that nearly 72% of censorship attempts in 2024 were initiated by pressure groups and decision makers who have been swayed by said pressure groups. And I know when we have conversations around book banning, it tends to be around school and school libraries. However, as you can see here, most of the challenges are actually in public libraries. And public libraries are open to the general public. Now, Deborah Caldwell Stone, director of the ALA Office for Intellectual Freedom, made a statement saying, and I quote, "The movement to ban books is not a movement of parents, but a movement of partisans who seek to limit our freedom to read and make different choices about things that matter. All who care about libraries and personal liberty must stand together and join the movement to halt this assault on the freedom to read." Now, I don't know about you, but I feel her statement captures the core tension. There is a clash between censorship and the fundamental right to explore ideas, even the uncomfortable ones. Because in my opinion, you can't shield people from the real world, including adults. Because while a conversation can be made about censoring books to protect children, I don't understand why public libraries are being censored, because in this case, that would mean consenting adults who would like to engage with specific material are unable to do so. But again, I would love to hear your thoughts. Share in the comments your thoughts on the American Library Association's list of top 10 most challenged books of 2024. What are your thoughts on these books? Do you agree with the book bans? How do you feel that these bans are not just happening in schools under the guise to protect children, but it's also being banned in the public libraries? Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. We all don't have to agree, but all I ask is that you be respectful, because we don't moderate adults. We can always debate ideas and points of view, but we do not tolerate personal attacks. Now, if you haven't already, now's a great time to like the video, share the video, tell a friend about the channel, but also subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.